fabulous morning. Just got done with the cookies. I am doing a mukbang today, so this should be exciting. You're gonna watch me eat, talk about myself, get to know this wonderful chick right here.
Oh, baby,
yes,
no,
me.
that ain't gonna work.
And so I'm excited to take you along with me. And yes, I have my hair half up, half down. Went back to my middle school days when I would have my little pigtails, or was it elementary? I don't know, one of those years. But yes, so I thought this was kind of cute. You will see my outfit when I go over there to do my catwalk. And yeah, so we're doing a mukbang. I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna tell you about myself. You're gonna learn about me because a lot of y'all think you know me and you really don't. It just gets down to the point where I'm usually talking to people on a professional level. So with that being said, everyone thinks like, oh, you know, she's just, do you want a cookie? Goodbye, you know? Nothing really element to it. And it's so funny. If I would be a millionaire, billionaire, if I counted how many times I get the question, oh, so, you know, you just do cookies? No, fam. I do not just do cookies. Do you think this girl is just this fabulous and she just does cookies? Like, no. There's many layers to this fabulosity, this sassiness. I'm a badass, and you will find out today. Who is Journey? Like, you're going along with this one hella journey, but do you truly know who I am? We'll see. And then it's funny, it's like probably like 5 of y'all that really know me. And I like it that way because the smaller your circle, the less confusion, the less issues. Because as soon as a person thinks they know you, and it's a bad person, let's just say, as soon as a person who has bad intentions think they know you, they think they can control you. And even today, I'm not gonna really unfold all of my layers. Like Shrek says, you know, ogres are like onions, but all jokes aside, it's serious. I'm not an ogre, but I do have many layers to myself, and I like it that way. And I'll be tuning back to you guys. Well, I'm about to go do the catwalk, but you'll see me in a minute. Hey guys, so basically this is my look for today. I have on it's like a burnt orange jumpsuit. Really cute, really simple. If I turn around, if I can, you can kind of see my back. I'm gonna have a jacket on so it's not gonna be too cold. And then if we go up close, just a butterfly necklace. Really cute, simple. I think it's a little classy, even though I probably paid what, $10 for it. Yeah, and so hair up. It's like in 2 pigtails on both sides, and then in the back it's like, of course, down. I'm really feeling it, and then I have my Vince Camuto gold shoes. I need to really stop wearing heels every day. Eventually I will buy some shoes. I just love heels so much. When I be wearing my heels out every day, I feel like I'm 5 seconds from needing one of those life alert bracelets. Like, my ankles are breaking. Like, no. I feel like someone's crossing me over in basketball and I just wanna fall over, but this is my outfit. I'm in love with it. I will be checking back with you guys later tonight when I do the mukbang, and then you find out who's this chick. Let's go. And I'll see you guys, in a couple hours. Peace.
Hey, 61 on the SRP? Yeah.
Smile.
Oh, what you know about that voodoo fries?
Hey, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in.
Oh, okay.
Looks good. Ooh, and they actually made it really good because sometimes they forget to add too much
The
salt.
cheese,
sauce.
man?
A few moments later.
Thank you so much. Looks good. I love this horchata. I love your car. Yes, it's so nice. Is it 1990? 88. I was close. Nice. I love it. I love it. I like it. Yes, no problem. Yes, you too. Bye. It is Aftermarket Guru, and so he's telling me how I can pimp out my car, which I'm loving. He was telling me I can pimp it out, and look at that. I love it. So yes, I told him I'm gonna give him a call because I definitely want to wrap. So if you guys need wraps, just hit him up. This is the contact info. friends gonna see. What's up,
He has no
guys?
girlfriend.
Look who I'm ready to. Oh, he has a side chick, so he don't want nobody to see. You gotta keep it low.
A few moments later.
Hey guys, so excuse me, I'm like really tired. I just got home. I've had a long day. It's been wonderful, of course, but nonetheless, I'm a little exhausted. So if I'm not as cheery, well, you guys, this level of enthusiasm may be 100, but for me, it seems like a level 20 because I can get a little bit. People who know me, I can get a little more lit. Anyways, I got this food. I'm about to tear it up. That's another reason why I'm like super hungry. I mean, I'm super tired. I'm hungry. I'm exhausted because I'm hungry. I feel like those Snicker commercials, when they're like, you're not you when you're hungry, it's true. So, I got this burrito. It is from Taquito Street. I will be inserting all the information so you guys can check them out. Love their bacon wrap burrito. That's my go-to. To be honest, I found it because I was, of course, scrolling on TikTok, and there's this guy, he posted a bacon wrap burrito, and I don't know how, TikTok analytics, whatever, they knew I was in Las Vegas, and so I'm like, this is in Las Vegas. So I'm excited. So what I'm doing, if you guys don't know, I didn't explain everything. One thing about me, I do not like chips. Not a chip person at all. The really only go-to chips I go for are Doritos. Nothing against their chips. Their chips are fire looking. Little crunch to it for your ASMR people. You hear that crunch? So it's a nice chip. I just not going for it. Now, lo and behold, oh my gosh. I'll show you guys right now. See, I'm trying to set up everything so I don't actually drop it. So this is the burrito. Look how cute it is. Oh, this is gonna be my little thumbnail. Love it. Okay, so basically it's a bacon wrap burrito, as you can tell. Look at that bacon. And so you're probably wondering, like, what am I doing today? Like, are you guys just gonna watch me eat? No, I'm gonna talk about myself. So you're gonna learn about me, learn about my little swag that I got, the drip or drown, what made this baby cool. That's what you're watching for. So pretty much, oh, look at, wait, can you guys see that? Okay. Hey. So this is the burrito, really cute bacon wrap burrito. I got the cachete, which is, of course, their beef short rib. Delicious. I had it before. I love it. Another thing about this burrito is that I love how big their onions are. So y'all watching the Taquito Street, keep your onions the way they are because they're amazing. So back to biting to this bad boy. Disclaimer, when I eat kind of like a caveman. So I'm like, let me not scare these people. Let me not give the people nightmares. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna enjoy this bad boy, but I'm always on the go, so I'm just like, you know? So I'm just like eating fast like a Tasmanian devil. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat little slow bites. So, of course, my name is Journey Prince. You're not your typical average chick. Born and raised in Long Beach, California. I love it. I miss it. I'm now in Las Vegas. That's why I miss it. I've been out here for like a couple years now. But my mom started getting blind. She started becoming blind. And so I moved out here with her. My family had already been living out here. And so I've been enjoying this wonderful, crazy, yes, Las Vegas is what you see. As far as the strip is what you see on the TV. But as far as suburbs, a lot different. The people are more, it depends on who you hang out with. So the people I hang out with, they're like lit 24/7. But like for the most part, people are just to themselves. They're very like suburban, just like any other city. But the strip is where I spend my time. This is so good. I'm wiping grease everywhere. The suburbs, people are like, you know, just your average, you know, city. And so I moved out here when I was like 17. I've been living and trying to make the most of it because, of course, when you're 17, it's my senior year when I moved out here, a whole different culture, like any city you move to. So it's not that it was a bad culture, just like not the same as where I'm from, which is Long Beach. I mean, as far as the environment, we can start there, right? So you got the beach in Long Beach, you got the mountains, you got like different things all in Southern California, right? Los Angeles, like I'm in Los Angeles, right? The area, so I miss it. It's your senior year, so all your friends are out there in Long Beach. You know, it gets to the point where like, dang, like what's going on? Like I now have to adapt to this and meet new friends at my senior year when I'm about to graduate. Like who wants to do that? As far as like Long Beach, of course we all know Snoop Dogg, Carmen Diaz, Sublime, Warren G, a bunch of people from Long Beach. I was raised in the east side area of Long Beach, so went to Wilson. I kind of wish I went to Poly simply because it's Poly. If you are into like sports, most likely you heard about Poly because they're the #1 like as far as football schools in the West Coast. Fun fact, Juju, I remember, I knew he was gonna be big because I actually, when he was in his senior year leaving, I was in my junior year, I believe. No, I was in my sophomore year. So in the sophomore year, I remember going to like the Christmas parade. And of course, Juju, he had, you know, his own float thing because he was like badass then. And he still is, right? But in Long Beach, you know, everyone looked up to Juju. I've always been fabulous as far as like dressing myself. But I mean, I really came to the point where I'm like super overconfident when I moved out here. Over time, you know, through experiences in life and whatnot. But in Long Beach, I was so different. And all my friends will vouch for me. Like, I think to this day, like, it kind of like confuses them a little bit when I post on Instagram now. Because when I was in Long Beach, I was so quiet. I was cool and everything, but I was very introverted. I was very like to myself. I think that's an Aries thing, so I'm an Aries. But as far as like being to yourself, and I took a hiatus, right, on Instagram because I just couldn't fathom the fact that I moved out here to Las Vegas. So what I did is I didn't want any connection to my friends, right? Like, not to say, you know, I just didn't want to feel that. Like, I didn't want to be reminded 24/7 like I left my hometown, that I've lived there my whole life. I know everybody was wondering like what happened to her, is she okay, whatever, whatnot. And it's funny, I remember one thing, I got back on Instagram when I moved out here and they were like, oh my gosh, like I reconnected with them because I felt like I was ready. And they were like, what do you do? Like, what happened to you? I thought you died. I'm like, no, I just moved out here in this valley. Like, life, man, life. So yeah, I moved out here and I went to a high school my senior year, graduated with high honors. I love school as far as like learning, love that. As far as the institution itself, I'll be honest, I didn't like the favoritism. I'll be honest with you. I just didn't like the favoritism like between like teachers and like certain students. And like, I'm gonna be honest, when I dressed myself. I looked like a bad bitch when I went to school, and I still do dress myself. And a lot of teachers didn't like that. You know, like, have you seen those memes where they're like, this is not a beauty class. Like, why are you putting on lip gloss? And like, who's like, it's just lip gloss. Like, calm down, Karen. So I had a lot of Karen teachers. So, but back then I didn't know they were Karens until just recently with the Karen term coming up. I'm like, these teachers were straight up Karens. No wonder they didn't like my ass. But if you're watching this, hi. Finished with high honors. That was pretty dope, but I didn't really end up using it because I didn't go to college. So I would be considered a college dropout. So what I did, I went to UNLV for 2 semesters. I wanted to pursue political science, wanted to become a big lawyer, still do. Eventually I will because I have a big mouth. And I like to argue for things that are civilly going to help, like civil liberties, like whatever is going to help the man who is struggling or is less inferior, quote unquote, in society, the underdog. I've always wanted to do constitutional law. like civil rights and all that. And I might still do that, but I just didn't feel like it was for me because I just wanted to pursue what I'm doing now, cookies. I decided, I'm like, I don't like going to like school every day and I'm bored. Like, as much as I love learning, it was more of not knowing. It's not like showing what you know. It's not about like, oh, you learned it. It's more of like, what can you remember? If I was gonna do law, I was gonna have to do school for 4 years and then, or is it 3 years? See, because I had a plan. I wanted to finish faster, so I would take more credits than what was necessary every semester. And I did it. It was fine. It was perfect. But it got to the point where I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. And so I dropped out. I decided cookies were for me because as an entrepreneur, I like for my creativity to roam free, for me to be able to express myself the way I want to express myself. In college, we just didn't do that. Are y'all peeping out this bacon? When I dropped out of college, that's not when I realized I wanted to pursue the cookie business. It was actually a long time ago. Before that, I was living in Long Beach. It was the last year when I was 17. And my mom was becoming blind. And at that time, my junior year, I had decided to take 1 year, which is that year, online. So I was doing online school by junior year. And I was super bored. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, like I'm at home, I'm finishing my work early. Let me figure out some things to do. And so this is during Tumblr time, Tumblr era. And people would just post constantly about sprinkles. And at that time, I'm like, what the heck? Like, I seen it. I'm like, it has to be in my area, but it has to be in Los Angeles. I did my research to find out Sprinkles is located in Beverly Hills and Newport. My two favorite cities in the SoCal area. And so I went to the one in Beverly Hills. I will post pictures. It's gonna be so embarrassing because, not really, I own myself, but I'm in front of a cupcake ATM smiling. Well, I'm not smiling. I thought I was like Queen Bitch. So I'm like trying to smize. It wasn't really the first time where I've seen so many cupcake flavors, right? But it was the fact that she mastered it. She made something so simple into something so elegant and so pretty. I decided to come home one day and I'm like, I'm bored. I'm not gonna drive all the way from Long Beach to Beverly Hills or Long Beach to Newport. Let me just find the recipes online. Silly mistake. Who's gonna really put her multi-million-dollar recipe online? I just tried it out. Of course, it wasn't the same. And somehow I jumped from cupcakes to cookies. And I said, let me make a cookie recipe. So I would go to Martha Stewart. I love her. She had a really good recipe. I tried to attempt to make it. Didn't come out the same. And so I gave some to my mom. It had too much baking soda. Back then, I didn't know the difference between teaspoon and tablespoon. Yes, your high honor student didn't know the difference between teaspoon and tablespoon. And so I used too much. I think I used a tablespoon of baking soda. And my mom's like, what the heck? Like, this is just baking soda. Like, this is pure baking soda. What are you doing? Me being the journey that I am, didn't give up. I kept doing recipes. Eventually got to the point where I was in transitioning to move to Las Vegas. So I put it to the back burner and moved out here. And that's when we go to my high school. I'm bored again because I'm like, I know no one. I'm at home. Let me make a recipe. Or let me try another recipe. Did that. I actually successfully did it. And that I felt was my sign that this is meant to be. Like, I can actually accomplish this. So after doing the recipe, I thought to myself, like, first of all, if these people can make all these recipes, why can't I? Like, what is stopping me from doing the same thing? And the fact that I noticed there was a reoccurring theme at that time, it was 2015-16, a reoccurring theme of just regular, simple, average cookies, chocolate chip, sugar, you got your red velvet, oatmeal raisin, you know the gist, white chocolate macadamia, they're all your average basics. And I'm thinking, wait, what happened? What did Candace do with sprinkles? She took that cupcake and she turned it into something which is, you know, something elegant and different and creative and genius. And I said, why not do the same thing with cookies? I already have a plan. Like, my plan was to learn the cookie science, which is what I've learned, and make an actual company out of it. And that's how I'm here now. And so what I did, I learned what flour does, what fats does, what sugar does, what proteins, fats, all that good stuff, so that I can make a perfect cookie, or at least to my standard and what other people, like my customers, feel is a perfect cookie. This hair on the side is killing me. I don't know if y'all see it, it is killing me. Like wait, let me see if I can comb it down. Okay. Oh. So as far as like what the hustler in me, like when did I know or identify that I was that hustler, like that go-getter, businesswoman, boss girl? It was it middle school? Yes, middle school. Where my middle school is located, I'll tell you, Stanford Middle School. So if you know the area, it's in Bixby Knolls, or am I lying? It's in Los Altos, which is, whatever, the area. Basically, there's a cupcake place called Sweet Embellishments. That's where I really start loving cupcakes. And then there's Wendy's. There's all these places. Like I can name, there's Wendy's, there was McDonald's. What I'm getting to is that I loved going after school and buying stuff, like hanging out with my friends. We would go after school and we would chill out in the area and just buy stuff. My mom was like, I packed you a good lunch, you know? And it's not the fact, like, she could have given me money, but she was like, I gave you a lunch. She hands down packed a good lunch. Like, she would give me like the bomb snacks, right? But I just felt like it's the experience, Mom. She was just like, no, you know, I packed you up like these bomb stuff, eat it, come home, and then you can get some food. You know how mothers do, like come home and eat, right? And so what I would do is I would think to myself, like, how can I make money? And so what I did, it was during the time of EDC. So there's like these bracelets, right? And you know, all the bracelets go down your arm. I was just like that chick that liked Tumblr and all these trends and all these cool stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like cool bracelet. I went to be like, oh my, that's so cool. I love your bead bracelets down your arm. Can I get one? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. And I thought, this is money. This is a way to get money. Let me charge them $1, right? I just got, think about it. If I came to school with, you do the math. If I came to school with like 20 or so bracelets down my arm, literally. I don't know if I have a picture, but anyways, 20 bracelets and it's $1 each. And I left with none on my arm. But if I came back home with none on my arm, yes. And they're like telling other people, asking other people like, where'd you get that bracelet? Where'd you get that bracelet? And they're like, it's her, you know, dirty, whatever. She got bracelets, whatever, go to her. And so I'm now in my advisory period making, so advisory period, if you don't know, in middle school, it's like a break period. So you can do your homework and, you know, just do what you need to do. And so during that time, I'm like doing bracelets in advisory period and making bracelets for my so-called first customers, right? And so that's just a good experience of mine. Like, I knew I was gonna be a salesperson. I think that was the big thing about sales, is I like the gain, the easy, quick gain of sales. If you had if you had that determination, like you just have to believe, like, I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna get rid of it, it's gonna be done, and I'm gonna gain that prize. I think that was the thing that I loved middle school, because I was doing my own thing. But as far as music, I love trap. I love all types of genres. So as far as my favorite, it's gonna be trap. And it's funny, I never judge a book by its cover, but people, I'm always so, hey, you know, like, hey, like, how are you, whatever. So they think I'm like ditzy. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm from Long Beach, come on now. So I'd be like going down the street, playing 4-time, right? So Stunner and like Trouble, We can go down the list. I like too much. Because I have YouTube on my thing. I don't listen to Spotify. I'm not paying for no Spotify to listen to some music. I'm gonna do free. I like R&B as well. So I love Sade. Sade is the homegirl. Homegirl skillet biscuit. Like, it's funny fact too. I remember being like 5, 6, and it was a time like my mom was going to church out there in Long Beach, and there was this one, she was a part of the choir. She can't sing, don't tell no one I said that. And so in the choir, right, there was this one pianist. He had Sade, and it was just sitting on his backpack. And I'm like, I was like, I love Sade. And remember, I'm 6 years old. He's like, girl, you don't know about no Sade. Like, this is not who you think it is. Like, this is not no Kids Bop, whatever music. Like, no. And I was like, no, I love her. And he's like, and my mom's like, no, like, she's an old head. Like, she listens to stuff like that. But because she was listening to stuff like that, you have to remember, like, whatever your parents were listening to, most likely you were listening to it as well. And so I'm like, no, I love it. Like, that's my girl. I was like, I love Smooth Operator. And he was like, and everybody just stops and they look back at me and they're like, what do you listen, like 6 years old, listen to Smooth Operator? Like, I know for a fact, if it's possible, if it's God's will, I want Sade to perform at my wedding. I didn't think I was like my marriage. If I do get married, if. Just kidding. I mean, there's someone probably out there. I don't know. I'm looking for you. If I do have a wedding, it's gonna be overlooking the beach, and Sade is gonna be there. Ew, I got some for me. Sade is gonna be there, and it's gonna be doves and butterflies. In the beginning, like the song that you're listening to when, like in my intro, it's Genevieve Baby Powder. So if you wanna check that out, she's a R&B, new R&B singer. I like her. Her voice is like an angel. It's like a 90s New York Bronx angel. Jill Scott's cool, Erykah Badu, NDRE. I love alternative music. I like Passion Pit, Tame Impala. It's the Midnight City people. They're like electro pop type stuff. I like that. Clearly I like EDC, so like electronic music. Love that. Cascade. Oh my God. I love Cascade, especially like back in the day. Like, another night out, another dance floor. Deadmau5, Gorgon City. I'm tired. And this food's making me even more tired. This lighting is amazing. I didn't tell y'all. I got a selfie light. I feel like a celebrity a little bit because, like, girl, look at this. I've been chilling like I'm feeling in my space. Oh, okay. But anyways, but as far as like favorite movies, I don't really have too many. I would say Prince of Egypt. I can watch that. Like, I pretty much know word for word script. I like Prince of Egypt, El Dorado. So I'm more of like a animated type movie type of chick. So I can watch all of Disney. I'm a big Disney fan. I remember my mom, when I was 13, she took all of us to Disneyland. And she took my friends and I to Disneyland. And we went to California Adventures and Disneyland. I'll post pictures too. And we just like hung out. That's when I became obsessed with like churros. Costco has some really good churros, but Hunty, Disneyland, Fuego, A1 sauce, bust down. Disneyland needs to start, well, yeah, they could sell their churros in the store. I would go every week to Disneyland. I love Disneyland. I think there's a salsa. I used to be so jealous of my friends. They would have like Disneyland yearly passes. I'm like, oh. So they're over here on Facebook posting Disneyland pics, but now I can't go. So maybe I might give me a Disneyland pass soon. But back to like movies. I love Disney's movies. Princess and the Frog. Come on. Love Princess and the Frog. It's like my life. It's kind of. Got the frog. Thankfully. I love like how she's so tenacious, she's so determined to of course have her restaurant. I actually want to have a restaurant. I wanted to have a restaurant before even the idea of being a cookie bakery owner. I wanted to have a restaurant. Yeah, just the idea of being a restaurateur. Is that what it's called? It excites me. I love cooking. I actually love, well, now I like baking, but before I used to love cooking way more than baking. And I would make like different cuisines. Like it doesn't matter as far as like what region. I remember making Kashmiri chicken, eggplant parmigiana. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. I don't cook anymore because I'm baking. Who wants to be in the kitchen 24/7? If I'm already baking, I already have dishes to clean for that. I don't want to mess up some more dishes to cook. And going back to me being an Aries, Diana Ross, Mariah Carey, Shaka Khan, Selena. Aries are very creative. We're very boss women. We don't like a lot of crap. Look at that. You would think that I would like a lot of crap, right? Because I'm so nonchalant. So people who know me, I'm like go with the flow type of girl. But secretly in the back of my mind, I'd be like looking at a lot of people like, why the heck are you wasting my time? People be acting foolish out here in these streets. I be asking myself a lot of times, like, who raised y'all? You know, like the stuff that some people be doing, I be like, no. The funny part about it, as I'm thinking that, I'm over here doing, That's why people think I'm so like chill with it. Sometimes I will be vocal, but I learned to like necessarily being vocal is not gonna work for you because sometimes you're just talking to a wall with some people. Like you be looking like, no, it's not hidden. This is a fire burrito. As far as lifestyle, like what do I do outside of cookies? I like to just sit on the couch and watch Netflix and Hulu mainly. No cap, I'm being honest, because I just like being to myself, you know? There's times where I just want to like just chill out to myself. Like I'm really, and I like sleeping. And I realize it's just an Aries thing. A lot of Aries like to sleep, and I thought I was the only one. Like, first of all, you don't have to see no one. You don't have to entertain anything. And yeah. Just chilled on the bacon. I choose chilling in my house in the comfort of my space and where there's peace, love, right? Versus going out there in the streets and there's like haters or like some weirdo, you know, that just won't mind their business. But as funny as it is, I'm always in the streets with my business. So as I'm like talking to y'all about the cookies, in the back of my head, I'm thinking about my bed. And some people actually think I like coming out here. Like, as much as, yeah, like, I like seeing certain people. I like talking to certain people. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know who you are. You're older, I realize we're all different for a reason, you know? You know, God all made us all. This burrito is so big. Plus, my stomach is so small that I still have half of a burrito. I'll show it to you guys. So I still have a half of a burrito, you can see it. I'm gonna save that for lunch tomorrow. But I had an awesome time filming this video with you guys. I'm so thankful for each and one of my subscribers. I'm thankful that you even tuned in. I'm thankful that, you know, that you see me as the bad bitch that I am. Oh, stop. You didn't have to say that. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm so happy to be doing this. I look forward to the next video. I know y'all will like it. Hopefully y'all will like it. No, I got my first disliker, which is hilarious. Like, You capping. You capping. You didn't like the video? You must be in a different universe watching it because clearly you ain't using the same eyes I'm using. Just the thought of it, I was like laughing. I'm like, clearly whoever disliked my video, shouts out to you because at the end of the day, you still have my analytics. Peace out. You have a wonderful good night. Whatever you're doing, you might not even be going to sleep. You may just be partying because this is Las Vegas, right? So this is a party city. It's 24/7. And you know, wherever you're viewing this from, but you know, if you're not going to sleep, be safe. But if you're going to sleep, have a good night, and yeah, still be safe when you go to sleep. I'm just stupid. You know, saying like, don't let the bed bugs bite. But I'm thinking to myself like, bed bugs? Like, who has, ew. Like, I don't understand the saying, don't let the bed bugs bite, because clearly, like, if you got bed bugs, just don't even go to sleep. Like, don't even get in your mattress. Just go to sleep on your couch or something, because. But anyways, it was nice seeing you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. With that being said, have a wonderful good night, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.
I've been geeked up, riding around town with my feet up.